各位观众晚上好. So, before we begin Lunar, I actually left out something because we finished Soul Blazer last night. Oh, by the way, I have before we start, I have a new microphone now. It should be a lot clearer, a lot easier for you guys to hear me. So, hopefully, it'll help get around some of those like earlier problems with let's see, with oh yeah, with the wind tunneling stuff. So yeah, my new microphone is the Blue Yeti, and it does cost a bit, but compared to what you could pay for microphone, it's actually pretty good. So now my voice should be clearer, and you shouldn't hear this wind tunneling nonsense that was happening in earlier streams. And yeah, I wish I had gotten it earlier, but oh well, whatever. I had to. You have to learn somewhere, right? And so I've noticed that the hearing all that fan running in the background being really loud was a kind of a problem in previous streams, so that's why I got a new microphone. And so it should be the stream should be hopefully be a lot more clear, and you can hear my voice over the game audio. So yeah, I think this is a good time to test it. And now before I begin Lunar, I'm actually going to go into now I'm going to talk a little bit about Soul Blazer, since I missed something in my review that morning on Saturday. And the thing I wanted to say was, okay, so in Soul Blazer, the other two things that kind of bothered me about that game are just the magic using. Oh gosh, that was kind of tricky to get used to. And in the end, magic was kind of useless. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Hello, Zeo Corvid. Magic is it's useful for the mooks, for the weak monsters, but for the bosses are completely useless. And in the end, all I did was use one spell, because the rest of the other spells are either too expensive, or they're just very hard to direct, and it kind of sucks. And I don't know there was not much you can do about that. So the best was the light arrow, and you hope you don't miss, and that's basically it. The other thing that kind of bothered me about Soul Blazer was just kind of the love story that they kind of shoehorned in at the end. It was just I don't know how to say it. It's just, I don't know where that came from. And there's no build up to it and no development. So you kind of don't understand why Lisa fell in love with Blazer, and you're like, why do you suddenly love me all of a sudden? Because Blazer meets Lisa for all like once or twice, and they talk for a little bit, but I guess he tried to save her father, so she fell in love with him. Okay, I guess, and somehow he fell in love with her. I don't know. That was just kind of weird, and like the fact that scene plays a prominent part of the ending is just so strange. And you were like, wait, but I mean, I guess if they wanted to put a love story, whatever. But yeah, those I feel are kind of the weaker points from Soul Blazer. And yeah, there are things I just forgot to mention at that time. And so I wanted to make sure that people knew. So in the end, if you don't mind all that stuff, if you can get around the magic system being so wacky as it is, and I guess the only good thing is like, at least with the magic, you can keep collecting gems and keep using it, and that means you only have to have one currency, and you only care about your magic, because there's no other currency in the game. You don't need for money, you don't have to pay for items, because everyone gives you items for free, and I always thought that was giving items for free to the hero that saved you makes a lot of sense. And at least the game is kind enough to prevent you from abusing the poor NPCs, though I guess if you kept dying, you'd still be abusing their kindness, but gotta save the world somehow. But in the end, I think Soul Blazer is a worthy experience. You should definitely try it out. If you don't have a Super Nintendo, you can get it. I guess you'll have to play it on emulator. There's no virtual console release that I know of at the moment. So anyway, okay, alright, so, and that really ends the playthrough of Soul Blazer, which didn't happen today, but happened last week. So now we're on to the main event. So this is Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. And hello to King Bubbles and Zeo Corvin.